this road is if you're going to the Dalton. You shouldn't be running the Dalton if you've never run it before by yourself. But there's some guys that do it. They end up getting themselves in trouble. We run in pairs all the time, even though, I mean, I've been up it several times. Of course, Andy's been up it, Andy ahead of me. He's been up it probably hundreds and hundreds of times. But it's still good to run in pairs in case something happens. Once you get north of Fairbanks, you have no phone service. You get to Coldfoot, which is about 5 hours away, unless you have Starlink. Which I don't have Starlink. The guy in front of me's got Starlink. So if something happens, you know, you can get a hold of someone. But you just got to take your time on the Elliot, man. I mean, it's just, you know, driving through snow is one thing, but this turns into ice, man. It's pretty slippery. It's a bit better down here. It gets good and it gets bad again, good and bad. So you don't take off, man, just because you see a bare spot, because it's going to get bad again. How rough it sounds, that's because they've cut it. Try to give you some traction. We're going to make it to Coldfoot tonight, and then we'll go for the Arctic tomorrow as usual. Be up there tomorrow night. There's supposed to be some wind up there, so probably some blowing snow, zero visibility. I don't know, we'll see. We're talking 40-mile-an-hour winds. It's a long way up here from Anchorage. What? I say it's long. It's 433 miles since we left Anchorage. It doesn't sound like long. If you're on the interstate, that wouldn't be long. But running these roads, yeah, it's an all-day thing. Here comes the car. I'm trying to run that middle as much as possible because that's where most of the bare spots are. I'm going to run them bare spots as much as possible, especially if you're going uphill. Drops up there. There in the north slope. And some man camps and some rig camps. Been to all of them but two. I'll find those. Up here is pulling these hills, whether it's here on the Elliot or on the Dalton or wherever. Keep your RPMs up. That's the trick. Keep your RPMs up. If you let them get too low and you start spinning, it's going to rev way up, and then when you hit a dry spot, when you catch pavement, catch traction again, they're going to drop like a rock. Better be able to hit that gear here because this hill's not that steep. But you get up on the haul road and you get some of these really steep hills, like Gobbler's Knob or Beaver Slide or Adigan or something, Ice Cut. Go ahead and turn your engine fan on at the bottom of the hill. Because what's going to happen is if you're pulling that hill and you're loaded and you're going along fairly good, and all of a sudden, boom, that engine fan kicks on, you're going to lose a couple of horsepower right there as soon as it kicks on. It's going to back you off. If you go ahead and turn it on at the bottom of the hill, it's already on. So it's not going to come on and then, make you lose some horsepower. So you go ahead and put that on at the bottom of the hill. Now, like I said, I don't worry about that on these little hills because it's not really a big deal. I'm not worried about it. The engine fan kicks on, it's not a huge deal. But some real steep ones like Adigan, man, whew, yeah, they can, or the Shelf, they can make a difference. All those little things you need to do to help mitigate any problems, burning out. Now you're halfway up the hill and you got to put chains on. That's no bueno. Everybody's got to go around you, and it sucks. I've done it. Everyone's done it. It's like everybody on the haul road's been in a ditch. Everyone is burned out on a hill and had to put chains on halfway up. It's happened. Everyone is burned out and then slid backwards and had to put their truck in a ditch. Well, I haven't gone that far yet, but most of these guys have. It's going to happen. It's not if, but when. I had video. I think I had my video going when I went in the ditch, but I ended up deleting it, and I really didn't mean to. I thought it was something else. That would have been kind of cool to watch. It would have been cool for me to watch. Even though I was there, I was a little busy at the moment. Cross locks off going downhill, and the reason why is because they'll push you and they'll push your back end out from under you. Sometimes if you're going downhill and it's slick, you don't want to leave your cross locks in. Turn them off. If you got full lockers, turn them off. You can leave your traction control on, but turn off your cross locks. dry up there. Now down the hill, crosswalks off. It's pretty steep downhill. You got these turns, these crooked 35-mile-an-hour curves. Freak out over stuff like this. It's all common sense, man. Every bit of it is common sense. It's no different than going down Wolf Creek Pass in Colorado. And I'm gonna tell you something. Wolf Creek Pass in Colorado, that hill I do not like, man. I don't like it one bit. I really don't. I'd rather go down to Attican, there on the Hall Road, than go down to Wolf Creek Pass. I don't know what it is about that pass. Well, you got some really sharp with like 15-mile-an-hour curves on it or something. Snow on the road coming out of Anchorage. They had snow last night. Well, actually, they've had snow for the past 3 days. But it's going to be in the 40s in a couple of days down there, so it'll all melt off. Meanwhile, my house in Texas, we're having dust storms right now. We had 6 inches of snow a couple of weeks ago. Now we're having dust storms. Go figure. But that's the high plains in March. I'm done with this hill yet. Do that if you're a rookie. Don't be trying to drop gears going down a hill. And I'll be honest with you, I normally wouldn't myself if I didn't know the hill, and it was kind of a more of a level spot back there where I was able to do it and not have to worry about the truck running away from me if I missed a gear. But it's still a bit of a risk, and really shouldn't do it. That's slippery right there. Just went sideways. Yeah, this is slick right here. Lock my axles back in. Thought I'd lose traction right there, but nope. Alright, well, fair enough. I'm not complaining. Back Thursday night, we'll probably be slipping and sliding because we'll be empty. The only thing I'll have in my trailer is my electric pallet jack and probably some empty pallets. If I get any empty pallets. We'll see. up here, because once you get north of Fairbanks, you just can't get in a big hurry. You may average 40 miles an hour for the next, 400 miles, 450 miles. You get on the haul road, or even here, and you're not going to get much above 50 mile an hour in most spots. We're doing about 40 right now. Now there's a little more snow on the road here, and that's good because that gives you some more traction. And yes, you can run your engine brake on this. I run it on stage 2. I don't run it wide open, but I do run it on stage 2.
Beating a big truck.
All the time. That one guy there in the red truck, Red Pete, he was there when I went off in the ditch a while back. Oh, 3 of them. See, Carlisle trucks, they travel in pairs too. They come down off the haul road. They travel in a group. We got another guy behind us. There's 3 of us all together. Safer that way. And it's, one guy does go in the ditch and you can pull him out without having to get a record, man. That's great. 14 miles to the Dalton. Up here, so I'm gonna lock my axles in. Get a little speed up for it. It's not a bad hill, but get a little momentum in case you start to slip, lose traction. Locks off, engine brake on. There's no daydreaming on these roads. There's no, you always have to pay attention. You're always doing something. Turning something on, turning something off, upshifting, downshifting. Always something. Why by the time you get to Coldfoot, you're tired. If you're coming down from Prudhoe, we just stop in Fairbanks or just south of Fairbanks. Sometimes we stop at Coldfoot, but usually we'll try to at least make Fairbanks. By the time you get down there, you're tired. You've got a long day. You've been up since about 4 in the morning making your drops. And you got 15 hours to drive in Alaska and 20 hours to work. Up here, when you go off duty, the clock stops, so you're not eating up your time. You can have a long day up here. And we got a pretty good hill coming up, not this one, but past it. got some weight on your drive axles. That's why when I unload somewhere, if they've got pallets that need to go back to anchorage, I'm like, yeah, put them on there, man. I'll work around them because I want the extra weight. A lot of guys don't like it. They don't like having to deal with the pallets because you got to move them around. Because there's no docks out there. Everything you do is just they come out with a loader with forks. You bring it to the back of your jag. So you got to work around those pallets, but that's fine with me because, like I said, I like to have the extra weight in the front. And we're losing traction somewhat. Some of these spots here are a little snow. It's bare spots. Come on, you can do it.
Slipped a little there too, but I'm only in interlock.
Yeah, I'm spinning a bit, but I'm making it.
Both radio and both channels were going off at the same time. What was that?
Oh, I just said, yeah, I was spinning back there, but I'm making it.
No, they never locked her then. Yeah, that hill's always a little slick.
It is what it is. Company car or a pickup, SUV, whatever the hell it is, SUV, I guess. I don't know. The enemy. Big truck, Alaska West. And I don't know who. Looked like probably Alaska West owner operator. Yep. Yeah, boy. This is good road right here. Yeah, this isn't too bad right here. I just wish they would pay as much attention to this road as they do the Dalton. Interlocks back in. Excuse me. Thought I slept good last night. I mean, I did. I don't feel really tired. I'm just, I don't know, 6 o'clock. I think I got up at about 5:45 this morning. Oh, this is good right here, man. You get a lot of bare spots. Nothing wrong with this. Nothing in the world wrong with this. Won't be long, we'll be at the Dalton. We'll be a 1 mile hill. This is Dalton and 1 Mile Hill. We'd get ready for that. Lock our axles in. We just keep going straight. Boom, we're at the Dalton. The highway turns off to the left. Now we're on the Dalton, on the haul road.
Yeah. Oh, I'm right behind you. You ain't gonna lose me. Okay.
Anyway, go ahead and end this video here and concentrate on what I'm doing and try to get the cold foot. Thanks for watching. A like and a subscribe would be great. I appreciate it.